Hey, Levoid, how you all doing? So, last night I finally got around to a movie I'd been putting off for some time. Not really for any particular reason it was put off, it just sort of was. Uh, the movie had been popping up in my recommendations for years, but it's one of those ones where just I never actually sat down to watch it. This premise was just pretty. Nothing was grabbing me about it, which I'm sure it was. I was sure it was going to be a good movie when I sat down to watch it. But it's just, I was not in a hurry to do so. But last night, when I was, lately I've been doing a lot of streaming things, and I'd been doing a lot of Tubi, a lot of Shudder, so I decided to just kick up Netflix and see what I hadn't looked at for a while. And this is one of the few films that actually did stand out to me, and rather than dither about for another 15 minutes picking a movie, I just clicked it and hit it on. And yeah, I can see why people like this one. It was pretty good. That's Creep. 2014 Creep. There's a lot of films by the title Creep. In fact, I actually have one in my collection from 2004 that whenever people first mentioned Creep, that's the first movie I thought to because it's the one I'd seen. But no. This is entirely different. That one's about a sewer-dwelling subhuman monster. This one's about a creepy guy. Alright, so Creep is found footage. It's more like almost a video diary sort of thing about a man named Aaron who takes a job to essentially film a man's, essentially do a video for a man who's has cancer, and he's essentially making a video for his unborn son and wants to just give him a day in the life sort of thing. But almost immediately when Aaron starts filming things for Joseph, things just get weird. As the first thing he wants to film is him going into the bathtub. But Aaron's a trooper. He rolls with all the strange things. They go on kind of a nature hike to this spot in the woods that's supposed to have some healing properties. They get some brunch. And while a lot of the things that they talk about are strange and off-putting, and there's red flags left and right about Joseph's behavior, it most of it is still right-offable. When it gets to the night and Aaron can't find his keys, and Joseph is still encouraging him to stay longer, one more drink, let's do another take. Why don't you just stay the night? He gets concerned enough to slip something into Joseph's drink and then try to find his keys and get out. When he then during that, there's a phone call that comes in from the person that Joseph claimed was his wife, after giving some very disturbing revelations about his relationship with his wife, particularly involving the Peach Fuzz wolf mask. Then Aaron receives the call, talks to Angela for a moment, who's apparently the sister, and then her, when she finds out that some of those advice is just to get out now. Where are you? We don't have a cabin. Just get outside, start walking, tell me where you are, and I'll pick you up. Just get out now. And then there's a bit of a confrontation, and Aaron gets away. But that isn't the end of it, as he occasionally is now receiving videos from Joseph that are vaguely threatening, and starts receiving packages that are concerning. And the police aren't doing anything, since he doesn't even have Joseph's last name. If Joseph is his real name, doesn't have an address associated with them, has absolutely no way of giving the police anything to contact him. And so now he's just concerned about his safety. So, yeah, the movie was pretty effective. It worked. It was definitely creepy. I looked up later that most of the stuff was pretty much improvised. So a lot of the stunned reactions from Aaron as Joseph is telling him these disturbing stories and these confessions to get off his chest before he dies. He's not really dying. Are legitimate, and as well as Joseph keeps jumping out at him just to scare him, and with a lot of legit startling moments. Ooh, excuse me. But because of that, the movie does seem a little unfocused, but that's a level of realism as these are just. The conversations do feel a bit more natural, and doesn't go like as bad as like a ramble comedy where they just are improvising to improvise. This one's just everything's got propelled forward through that, and it works. Uh, the movie is definitely has a decent chilling nature to it about being stalked, and overall, yeah, it was very effective. It does still, like I said, lack a lot of things that grab me into sitting down to watch a film, but actually sitting down watching it, I did really enjoy it. I can see why this one gets as much praise as it does in the horror community. I'll give it a 7 out of 10 MacGuffins. It's not one I'm probably going to revisit very often, but I'm curious enough to check out the sequel, and I know there's a third one in the works, so apparently there's more to come, so I'm interested enough. I don't think there's anything else really to go into. There's some really weird conversations, but a lot of the disturbingness of this is through conversation rather than actually showing anything. So it is kind of a slow burn, and dealing with this awkward guy is pretty predominant. So you have to be ready to sit through some weird things. But oh, I think it's pretty good. All right, have a good day.